Y'all know when I tell y'all to buy something, you know I used it, and you know I can vouch for it. And I'm gonna tell you, because I'm not one of them people that's gonna tell you to buy something just for like some sales or whatever. When I told you to buy this book, I mean for you to buy this book. Y'all have seen me do videos on this book before. Um, I was not given this book. I actually bought this book. When I say, if you're a homeschool teacher, you need to have this book. If you just really want to bone up on your Black history, aka American history, you need this book, because Michael Harriot did his damn thing. And I've said this, you know, time and time again. Again, you can see, like I said, I use this in my lessons, but it also helps me kind of refresh, because it's a lot going on, and it's a lot of history that, you know, we have contributed as Black people to American history. But like I said, he also gives it, you know, our spin to it, so that, you know, we can absolutely relate to everything that's going on. So one of the excerpts in this is Who Cooked It, and it talks about the difference between soul food and Southern cuisine. And he's like, this is the most important aspect. While anyone with a kitchen, a tub of butter, and a Paula Deen cookbook can make Southern cuisine, which is important when, you know, y'all in different cities and stuff, and y'all like, you trying to find some soul food or whatever, and they be saying it's soul food, but it's really just Southern cuisine. There's a difference. Soul food requires certain things from the cook. First of all soul food technicians usually listen to gospel music when they're preparing the meals, preferably James Cleveland or the Mississippi Mass Choir. Their attire should consist of a pre-1993 family reunion t-shirt and house shoes, not to be confused with slippers. Athletes and ballerinas also wear slippers. To qualify for soul food consideration, the cook must also be aunt, uncle, grandfather, or grandmother. Because of how the slave trade broke up families, forced new familial relationships, such as play cousins, the cook does not have to be a blood aunt, but there must be someone who is referred to as Aunt Wilma or Uncle Charles. Because y'all already know Uncle Charles is going to be able to fry some fish, baby, okay? I make my candy yams the same way that my mother taught me when I was 17, but ever since my sisters gifted me with my nieces and nephews, my candy yams have been far superior to my sister Carmelita's. I do, however, admit that there are actually no yams in America. The mix-up happened during the slave trade when the enslavers packed the slave ships with yams to sustain their human cargo during the Middle Passage. It does not matter. Mine are better than Carmelita's because I have uncle status. It's also probably because she kept her eyes open when she was praying in church. Because we all know when you praying in church what you're supposed to be doing. But one thing I will say that he left out, if you the auntie, you know, if you ain't got the little flappy skin, then I don't know if we trust you like that, especially around the macaroni and cheese. But y'all, he also talks about in 1875, Congress passed the coincidentally named Civil Rights Act of 1865, the landmark legislation that was enacted to uphold the equality of all men before the law, banning racial discrimination with regards to the ends public conveyances on land, water, theaters, and other public places of public amusement. Although the act was a reaffirmation of the 14th, and there was one problem with the Civil Rights Act: no one ever used it. In the torrential cyclone of lynching and mobbing, President Ulysses Grant never invoked it, and the Department of Justice never even sent the text of legislations to its U.S. attorneys. So when I tell you, you get, you know, our part of it, but then you get the historical context. I'm gonna say it again. Michael Harriot did his damn thing, and y'all need to get this book. The orange cart's right there, so I made it easy for you to get this book. Go ahead and get this book. Read it. You ain't got to read it in one setting. I'm not giving y'all homework. I know I give y'all homework every time y'all get on one of these videos with me. I know I tell y'all to pull up a carpet square. Not this time. Read this on your leisure. And maybe we'll talk about it during a live or something. But y'all, go ahead and get you one of these books.